Hey folks, my name is Brad. If you happen to be new to the channel, this is a vlog. These are just little adventures with my friends and family, things that I'm up to down here in the workshop. And 2 weeks ago, I kind of walked you through some of my musical background as I composed a theme song to the new show Eddie and I have been working on. And this week, we're going to dive into another one of my hobbies, other than metal detecting and music. I'm going to be doing some leathercraft and some sewing. Something that I enjoy doing when I can't get out and do any metal detecting. So for folks who may have watched this channel 2 years ago, I was making rucksacks, roll top backpacks from scratch. I probably made about a dozen of them, and I didn't have any time to build them at all last winter. So I'm going to build one of those today. I've actually built a couple over the last couple months, but today I'm going to be making some changes. So if handcrafting a backpack is something you might like, I hope you enjoy. If not, I'll see you next week for a standard metal detecting video. Okay, so this is my most recent iteration of the roll top rucksack. There's an internal pocket in there with a zipper. The main difference between this one and all of the previous rucksacks I've made is the straps are all handmade leather straps. Previously, I've used this stuff. This is nylon webbing, which is great. It's incredibly strong, easy to work with, but I don't know, I'm going for kind of a particular feel with these, and I feel like the leather is closer to what I want. Way more work, right? If I want to make something like this out of the nylon webbing, I literally just cut the length I want, but with this I need to cut twice the length I want, sew it, burnish the edges, much more work, but I think that it's worth it. So this is my most recent one, and I love it, except when I did the shoulder straps, I did it out of the same width strap as everything else. I think it's fine for like a minimalist type backpack. I'm sure somebody out there would love to use this, but I want to make the next one with a slightly thicker straps. So I've already actually made those. They've already been sewed and everything. I have the template so I can make more if it works out. And basically I'm just going to make another one using these instead, and you can see already it really kind of changes the style of the bag. It's much more kind of rugged looking, I guess. I'd like these buckles to be lower down, so that's going to be a change that I'm going to make. I've got some of these straps already made, but there's still some that I need to make. Another little change that I made with this next bag is instead of these rounded end straps, which I know eventually, after years, the end of these straps are going to fray up a little bit. So these next ones, I have a little tag here at the bottom. Folded this over on itself, and that'll stay good forever. Little changes here and there. Let's make another one. Alright, so these are the supports for the shoulders at the bottom of the bag. And there's going to be a buckle just out the top. Just like that. We'll cut all this right here. Something like that. We'll sew all that up. Alright, well, a few of these pieces are going to get some rivets, and I don't really need rivets, but just for some extra support, and I'm just going to eyeball it. Something like this in the middle of the strap, about the same distance away from the stitch line. I'll put one there. And we hammer home. Nice and sturdy. Do that to this one too, and I'll show you what we're going to do to these other things. Little connection down here, which we're going to rivet together. I think I'm going to do 2 rivets on this. This is going to be important. I get it straight and looking nice. So again, just eyeballing, trying to get it in the middle, the whole strap here. This is kind of in the middle of the arc. Cut this hole. Just go for it. Alright, there's one. Do a second one just to be safe. Awesome. Alright, one last piece of leather work to do before we can move on to the fabric. Alright, and the last thing I need to make is this back strap support. Which basically almost everything connects to, and it's going to get stitched to the bag itself, but I can put in these rivets now for, you know, where all of this stuff is going to be. It just makes actually stitching this thing to the bag so much easier when everything's already riveted into place. So I've already got these cut, these straps. It's 2 layers. Everything gets sandwiched in between and riveted. It's hard to visualize, but this is going to be coming this way, so I want the nice stitches towards me. And this one is going to actually go the other direction, so we want the nice stitches towards me like this. Almost messed that one up. This way. Almost messed it up a second time. That looks right. And then this is going to go on top like a sandwich. There we go. Alright, and the leather is complete. This took a very, very long time. Probably 6 hours to just do the leather strapping for the one rucksack. Not shown, I did all of the burnishing on the edges of the leather, so it's nice and smooth and shiny, and it protects it from fraying. This is all ready to be stitched on the back of the bag, which is yet to be made. These are the front closure. This will attach to these. These are the shoulder strap latches at the bottom of the bag on the back, and it's all ready to go, ready to be stitched on. So tomorrow I'm going to get started on the actual bag itself, which goes together much faster than all of this stuff. Well, it finally happened. It's the end of January, and we had a little bit of snow back, when was it, the beginning of December? Enough to snow blow, but we're in it now. It's finally wintertime. 10 or 12 inches thus far. Storm's not over with. So today is going to be spent snow blowing and shoveling and all of the things. Bentley had the day off, snow day. And we're supposed to get just as much again 2 days from now. Plow doesn't come down our road very often, so we haven't really been able to go anywhere. But now starts the snow removal. Gotta clean off the cars, do all the paths. I snow blow the driveway. We don't have a plow guy come do that. And of course, we have the chicken coop to do now also. So that they can get out and walk around a little bit. And a snowman. We've got to make a snowman too. Hopefully we got gas. I don't remember last time I got gas. Uh-oh. Oh yeah. Full can. Full can, we're all set. Only got one shear pin left though, so hopefully we don't break them. Well, the chicken coop is done. It's always fun when the wind catches the snow and then throws it back in your face full of chicken droppings. For folks who have watched vlogs in the past, give you a little update on the chickens. Anybody home? Well, they've got a little room to walk around here now. Folks who may remember, we have significantly less chickens now. We've only got 3 at the moment. All thanks to a neighborhood fox, which took out many of ours and many of our neighbors' chickens. But happy to report the fox is no more. So hopefully the chickens will be safe for at least the rest of the winter time. Covered their coop in plastic, plenty warm there during the daytime. And they all huddle together in the nighttime and keep warm. I know a lot of folks use heat lamps and warmers and stuff in the wintertime, but we know way too many people whose coops burnt down because of that. So just let them keep themselves warm. They're all 4 or 5 years old. Got 4 or 5 years of winters under their belts, and they're all still here, so we're confident they will be again in the springtime. Becca's taking care of the cars. They already did the back deck. Make a path over there. Well, it's about an hour later. Plow came. We lost power for a little while, but power trucks actually came too. Got it all figured out. Didn't have to be without heat. How's the snowman coming?
It's light and fluffy.
And we just gotta dig out the cars, dig out the mailbox. I think we'll be done. We can go in and have some hot cocoa. We were talking about maybe going snowshoeing today, but I think the roads are probably still too dangerous to go anywhere and do that except our yard. So sounds like every neighbor on our road is snow blowing. All right, back to work. We did it. Oh, you're messing up my path. Uh-oh, what's going on? Almost going down the hill. Job well done, Martins.
Huh?
Job well done.
You're not going in. Go play for a little bit.
I have taken out about half of what I have for my material, what I have on hand, and I just need to kind of think about color combinations. These 4 are just straight canvas, nice sturdy canvas. We have green, brown, kind of a slate, and a tan. We have a few kind of this nice supple chrome tan leathers. We've got a brown, burgundy, and kind of a metallic blue. I really like the look of the last one with the gray on the bottom and the tan on top. So I think I'm going to copy that a little bit. But this time, I want to use one of these, and these are my absolute favorite canvases to use. This is waxed canvas. I've kind of been saving it, but waxed canvas, when you crush it, when you use it, it gets this really cool distressed look to it. I love this. This with the leather straps, I think, is going to be great. You know, if we set this bag on the ground outside and there's some moisture, this stuff is waterproof, so it would make sense to have this on the bottom. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to use this for the bottom. We're going to use this tan for the top. Get my scissors, cut this stuff out, sew it together. This seam is going to be 1 inch away from the edge. So I'm going to stitch right along that line, and then I'll fold it down and we'll stitch again. Double stitched, everything's double stitched for the strength. So as I was saying, this gets folded down. Like that. I'm going to run another stitch here. These are the bottom straps. They're going to get sewn right here, thereabouts. Done. Sewed twice. Buckles are in the middle this time. Last time, the last bag, they were a little too high. But that's the front done. Now we're going to move to the back of the bag, which is a little bit more difficult. So we'll make sure that we keep track of which side is our left side and the right side. So we're going to sew those on, and then we have to do the big back panel, which is very tricky. If this gets messed up, or my bobbin runs out, or it gets twisted, this is a lot of work that is lost. So I would have to start all this over. I'd have to drill out the rivets. That would be a nightmare. So I'm going to be really careful. Just stop every once in a while and check, make sure everything's correct. Wow, did I get through it without any problems? That would be a first. Looks like it. So I just have to make sure everything stays nice and straight and I don't accidentally sew any of the straps where they're not supposed to be. So we just have two stitches on the side, 2 stitches on that side, 4 stitches to go and we'll be done with this part of it. There's the liner as well, but we'll be able to see what the backpack looks like once this is done. All right, moment of truth. We're gonna make this thing inside out. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, nice. All right, I'm gonna fill this up full of some crinkled up newspaper and we'll look at it all together. And that's it, all done. So the front of this looks basically identical to the previous one I made, except these buckles are a little further down and we use the wax canvas on the bottom instead. But the back I like the looks of this way better than this. And the connection down here with the rivets, I think looks cooler. So now I need to make a liner for this one. I'll do that off camera. But the top of the bag will essentially look like this. I can use a different color liner. I probably will, maybe like a dark brown. And there's a zipper for an internal pocket, framed in leather. So I'll make that another day. Let me know what you think. Things I could change, things I could improve. All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed that. There's another storm coming, so I'm gonna have even more shoveling to do, I am sure. But next week, I will be publishing a metal detecting video where there is no snow in sight. Hopefully I'll see you then.